This is an amazing event, and actually people come from all over different states to it.
Oh, absolutely.
To be part of the event, that they're artists, right?
Right.
And also visitors. I mean, I have bumped into people who have all the different license plates that you can imagine.
Right, and that's what we try, because this festival was meant to be a gift to the community, but also as an economic driver.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do, and to highlight the gems of Bluffton.
Hey everybody, ready for a second season? And where am I? I am at the Bluffton, South Carolina Old Town, and they are having an art and seafood festival this weekend, and I'm going to go visit it, so stay with us because we're going to see a lot of fun things. And I'd like to introduce you to Mary O'Neill, who is the president here of the Bluffton Art and Seafood Festival. And you've been doing this for 17 years.
I have. I've been president since 2010. I just started as a rookie in 2005, and then it was just a one-day event. And Dan Wood was the president of Rotary Club in those days, and he and Larry and Tina Toomer came up with this idea that it would be great for our community. And so from a one-day event in 2005, 2006, we had a weekend, and ever since 2007, we have the entire week.
This is an amazing event, and actually people come from all over different states to it.
Oh, absolutely.
To be part of the event, that they're artists, right?
Right.
And also visitors. I mean, I have bumped into people who have all the different license plates that you can imagine.
Right, and that's what we try, because this festival was meant to be a gift to the community, but also as an economic driver.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do, and to highlight the gems of Bluffton. Our seafood, our art, our culture, our history. I mean, we call it is a event put on for the community, by the community, and benefiting the community.
And that's exactly right. And that's what with my show, Coastal with Kathryn, we are looking for the hidden gems, the hard to find. It's not necessarily the top 10 things that you do all the time.
No.
But
right.
if you walk into, come into Bluffton, you walk the streets and you see all the interesting restaurants, it's amazing. Just the food quality is amazing,
right.
The atmosphere, the hospitality is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great southern town, and we pride ourselves with our hospitality. And everyone so far at the festival has told us, oh my gosh, it's so friendly here, and that's what we want to hear.
And in fact, I think you've just been you were ranked #1 for being like the friendliest little town in South Carolina.
And we are.
You are that. Well, Mary, congratulations on another great
Thank you.
event, and thank you for joining me.
All right, thanks.
So next we're going to stop by Pierce Gittler. He's an amazing artist. I love his work. His medium is amazing, but also he works with the oysters, and that's indigenous here to the Lowcountry in Bluffton. So let's go and say hello. So finally, this is Pierce. I was talking to you about the artist, and what I love about his medium is that it's acrylics, but look at this artwork that you have. I mean, this is actually your oils, and you've been here in the Lowcountry for, 17 years?
That's correct.
And you're known for your oysters. You're known for the beautiful imagery that you create. And tell me about that. There's got to be some history and inspiration.
Drac is a third-generation oysterman that selects oysters out of the May River. And yeah, he's been doing it for a while, and that's kind of my inspiration. I started off salvaging wood and tin from derelict tenant houses from right here. Here's paneling and roofing tin. So I started here, and then I transitioned to canvas.
It's beautiful. I mean, Gustavo, let's go over here for a second. I mean, if you can get the details of this. I mean, there's just so many textures that I think which makes your artwork really unique.
Yeah, it's the challenge is trying to get the composition of the actual painting, and if you put too much white, then you ruined it. But if you put too little, then you got to put a little bit more.
So our subject, he's been doing this for three generations, his family?
3 generations, that's correct.
So, I mean, what inspired you to work with drac? What was your inspiration behind that?
So basically, my subject years ago, before I moved here, were tenant farmers, black tenant farmers. And when I met Drac, I was just like, I have got to paint him. He was my subject here in the Lowcountry. Because there weren't a lot of tenant farmers around, but I kind of transitioned from tenant farmers to an oysterman.
Right. So how often, I mean, is you right out in the May River?
That's correct, yes. So he goes out there basically every day during oyster season, and he'll just get the oysters as you see. He'll tromp through the pluff bud and fill up these containers, put them in his boat, and he will go back to the oyster factory or oyster company and sell it to them as they sell it to the public.
Do you have any other subject matters that you like to work with? Or?
Only Drac. I will do a shrimp boat occasionally. Daddy's Girl shrimp boat coming down the river.
Yeah.
But other than that, Drac is my main subject.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
very nice to meet you. Thank you for
Likewise.
letting me stop by.
Absolutely.
This is really unique. I love her style. This is Rachel Newman, and she's a Bluffton artist. And the simplicity and the colors are just very zen. I mean, it makes me just relax immediately as I come in. Beautiful colors. Let's see. Definitely should stop by here. And I'd love to introduce you to John Kirkland, who is the president of the Greater Bluffton Chamber here in Bluffton, South Carolina. And what a great event. I know. I'm loving it. I had a great interview with Mary.
It is. It's a great event. I've been involved with the event for the past 10 years or so, ever since I came and became a member of Rotary. But I've seen the festival grow. My role at the festival has evolved from just kind of helping out where I can to coordinating all of the shuttles and the parking and security and all that kind of good stuff. So.
And you know, being a chamber, it's about businesses, and you know, it takes a community of volunteers and the businesses here to get together to create this event.
Absolutely, and it's great for the community to bring the community together, all the different parts of the community, bring it together, especially for a community like Bluffton that has different parts of the community, such as people who have been here their whole lives. You have people who have moved here for different reasons. So having something like this to bring all of those pieces together for a truly a community-wide event is invaluable.
Exactly, and it's a week long. So we've had a great time visiting here. So as you know, as we close out with you, what's your one take for us as a Bluffton Chamber? What do you want to say to our visitors and our audience?
Well, come check out Bluffton. Come see what we have to offer. It's a wonderful community, from the river to the economic opportunity that we have here with the growth of just the entire Greater Bluffton area is really, there's a lot of opportunity. Come check us out.
That's exactly right. All right, so we're going to keep moving along, John. You're going to take me to where? We're going to see the Toomers?
Yes, we're going to go to the Martin Family Park and we'll see Larry and Tina Toomer.
Great. You know, no seafood festival is complete without stopping here at the Bluffton Oyster Company. These guys are homegrown. They've been here for 3 generations, to my understanding.
Correct.
And look at this. They have, hi, how are you? Looks great. What are you making? What are you cooking?
Fried shrimp.
Fried shrimp. Don't we all love fried shrimp?
Delicious.
Delicious. And so this you have to be a go-to, but I'd love to do is go out on one of their boats. What do you think?
That would be interesting to see how a real shrimp boat operates. They're not a whole lot left. That used to be, shrimping and oystering used to be a huge part of the economy in Bluffton, but of course times have changed and there are not many left. And so the Bluffton Oyster Company are one of the few. So being able to go out there and see what they do and how they do it would be a truly special event.
This is really special. So let's keep going. We have other places to visit.
Okay.
Well, this is Robert Rummel's booth, and he is from Bluffton as well, artist photography. And I love your photography, and I love the way you translate this into these beautiful pieces. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your inspiration.
Sure. So I'm inspired by the nature. Nature is something that I've been involved with since I was a little kid. Originally I was a biologist, and then I was looking for a way to to share nature with more people than just other scientists. So I shifted into art and photography, and specifically.
Let's just come inside. Let's take a peek. I mean, how do you find this inspiration? I mean, beautiful.
Yeah, so with all my photographs, I almost always preconceive the idea, pre-visualize it. Sometimes I'll even sketch what I'm looking for in a photograph, and then I'm going to ask myself, where do I need to be? When do I need to be to have the best chance of that? And then at that point, it's probably another 2 weeks in the field to get the photo I'm looking for.
I love this. I mean, this is just amazing. I love the color simplicity. I mean, your eye, it's so vibrant. Come on this way. Let's go through. Beautiful bird. Bluebird, right?
Yeah, that one was taken in my backyard right here in Bluffton.
Really? Oh my gosh, who's that?
This is a filefish, so that's an underwater photograph.
Oh, well, we know these guys. They're important to us. So what is your latest piece here?
This is a Lowcountry landscape. It was taken on Edisto Island, and it's one of these country roads. There's no plantation here, but the live oak maritime forest has grown back up over and closed the canopy over this road.
Well, it's so vibrant. We could just envision all that, so pretty. And look at this. Now, these are not easy to catch all the time, this kind of waves.
Yeah, so in that case, I'm trying to do something a little bit different than your normal wave photo. So I'm lying down in the sand, having the waves splash over me, and the sun has just risen and it's shining through the back of the wave, lighting up the wave with these unusual colors.
Well, what a tree. I appreciate this. I mean, I wish you oh, look at this piece, one more. Oh, wow. Where is that done?
That was done a little further afield, down outside of Jacksonville, a place called Talbot Island.
Very nice. Well, you have a great eye, and thank you, Robert, for letting me stop by.
I appreciate it.
All right, take care. And I wanted to stop by here and look at the beautiful baskets. I want to introduce you to Michael Smalls and Dino Badger. And this is a true craftsmanship. This is the Lowcountry Gullah sweetgrass baskets, right?
Right.
So tell me about the heritage.
The Gullah baskets are actually an art form that was brought from Sierra Leone, West Africa, over 400 years ago by our ancestors. When they were enslaved and brought, they were placed on 2 plantations in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Boone Hall Plantation and Laurel Hill. From those 2 plantations, they were rice plantations. So they brought the concept of the baskets to clean and shaft the rice, as well as toting fruits and vegetables out of the fields, holding their babies while they're in the fields working. So during that era, it was more of a utility basket or a working tool. And as our generations came down, we got more decorative, the way you see the sidings and the circles, but everything is still functional.
Wow.
And our main goal now is to try to educate and preserve, because we don't want to lose it. We're about the 7th generation. My mom and my great-grandmother I was taught when I was about 7 years old. Got away from it for many years, decided later on in life that I wanted to try to preserve it for another generation. So this is what we've been doing now for the last 12 years.
Well, I love the story. I love the family story. I love the history and the heritage with your family, 7 generations. And this is just sheer craftsmanship. They're just beautiful. I mean, people travel long distances to come and get one of these baskets. They get off of 95 and they come and they stop and they buy them, and they're just beautiful.
Yeah,
it's an heirloom. It's an heirloom to your family.
Yes, it is. It's an investment. They last you a lifetime. We've had plenty clients that have came back, had it heritage from their parents or their grandparents. So they're built to last you pretty much a lifetime.
Well, thank you for your time. I've enjoyed meeting you.
You're welcome, and thank you.
You know, one thing about coming to the art festival, that we have a lot of local people from Bluffton, but Moho is from Florida. And you know, what I've noticed a lot is people are going for mixed medias. And tell me about that. It seems to be the new thing that's happening.
Well, I've always loved to recycle things, so all my pieces are based on finding the right objects to put together to create what I call 3-dimensional collages. And that makes each one of a kind then. And sometimes I'll find things on the beach or in junk piles, or you never know. And then I'll build a piece around that.
Well, let's take a look here. I mean, this one is a great day for a swing. I mean, it's like fabric.
Yeah,
and
some fabric in there. And this one's got an old water ski that I cut down to make into a paddleboard. And she's got a 2-piece swimming suit. I call her Cupcake.
She's Cupcake. Isn't that fun? So let's take a peek in here. Let's take a look at the other ones. Come on over here. And so you find these, oh, look at this.
Yeah, that's an old ship's wheel that I got off of a boat that was wrecked and made it into a background for my sailboats.
And here's the one for fishing. Look at this guy, for the
Yeah.
enthusiast for fishing. That is very sweet too. But I've noticed that it's been more popular is the mixed mediums and what you're doing now. And do you know why? It's just people are.
I think it has to do with the sense of humor and the happiness in them. I think people are ready to feel good again, you know?
I think so.
And I think that's reflected by buying the art that they buy.
It's happy art, for sure.
Exactly.
And it makes you smile. I mean, you cannot walk by here and not smile.
Well, that's a good thing. That's what I try for.
Thanks for joining me.
All right.
Here's another great booth that has mixed media, and I want to introduce you to the artist. And say it because it's Italian for me.
Gerardo Lecese.
And you live in Charleston.
Yes.
So you're visiting here from the Charleston area. And tell me about your medium and what inspires you? Because I'm finding that the mixed mediums it's coming, and it's a lot of people are enjoying it now. It seems to be the latest.
Well, I've been doing for over 20 some years, and all inspires from traveling. I do all the photography. I go to places that then I make a story about each place.
You do.
So they all have a location. Yes.
They have a location, so I guess where I know that is.
Portofino.
Portofino, that's right. And what about over in this area?
This is more of a beach house mixed with from my background in interior design, and that's Charleston, beautiful Charleston.
That is
Porch.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And let's look over here behind us. Oh, I love the beach house and the cabana. And
It's a mix. Yeah.
That's a mix.
A little bit of everywhere. Yeah.
And how long have you been creating this artwork?
This style about over 25 years.
Wow.
So I don't look that young.
No.
So that's been a while.
Very nice. And when you do the mixed media, do you find things? Some people are finding pieces, or do you create them?
I
Or
create all
you
of
cut them
I
and
create
you
all of them.
like over here? Come on over here for a second. You can see the texture, the fabric. So I can see that you move it. I see you can bend it and make it fix that texture.
It's all about details. That's details of the places and flavors, colors. That's what makes it work.
Oh my gosh, West Side Story, perfect. New York.
And it's
Isn't it
coming
nice?
back with a new show.
Is
a new
it?
production. Yeah.
Is it? Actually, that's one of my favorite movies
It's coming
and
along.
shows.
Yeah.
So that's great. Well, delightful. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you and good luck.
And thank you. Take care. You know, and I always love coming by. Look at this. We have the CB Kids, the art program here, and this is one of the art professor, Jim Sadleski.
Yes.
And I want to take a peek at some of the up-and-coming artists that we have.
Okay.
Right now we have Tatiana, and what is your name?
My name's Zoe.
Zoe and
Rebecca.
and
Tim.
Tim, look at this. Here's some of the artists in residence, as we're calling it here at the booth, right?
Yes.
So come on in and take a look. And Tatiana, this is some of your work over here.
Yes, ma'am. I also have some fresher work on the back of this wall.
You do.
You might be interested to take a look at this later.
Very nice. And so come on in for a second, Jim. Tell me a
Sure.
little bit about the program at the school.
So the Studio Art program, we teach painting, we teach drawing, we teach ceramics, we teach printmaking, and we teach sculpture. What I teach is also media arts, which is going to be more industry driven, which is going to be like graphic design, animation, It's going to be game design, so that type of thing. So it's the visual art and design department kind of encompasses both like studio art like this and also more like commercial art as well.
This is wonderful. So is this a new program, or has it been going on for a while at the school?
This has been going on for a few years. I think since about 2010-ish or something like that. So it's been around for a while.
And which campus is the studio on?
The studio is on the Beaufort campus.
Okay, great.
Yeah, on the old campus over there. So yeah.
Great. Well, it's always nice to see artists in training and residents here. I wish them all the very best. You guys are terrific.
Yeah, thank you.
So at the festival, it's really important that a lot of people are helping us. I want to introduce you to Dan Trifrida, who is the president of the Rotary Club. You know, every community has a Rotary Club, but they are so important for things like this. In fact, John Kirkland was telling me that, you know, you volunteers actually help about 85% of putting this festival together.
That is correct. We got we're 82 and growing strong, and about 85% of the labor here is all Rotary based. And the rest are just little other community organizations.
That's great. And so tell me, what do you love about this festival?
You know, there's a lot of things. What's not to, you know, we got a lot of the local vendors, a lot of people who travel far away, a lot of people who come from far away, and a lot of the money that's made from the beer, well, actually all the profits made, comes back to the local community. So, you know, what's not to love? And I mean, the day, the place, the music, you know, it's just a great all-around event, you know.
It's a great outcome.
And it's a, you know, 8-day long thing and ends with 2-day festival. So, you know, it's kind of it's a really great event.
Well, I'm so glad I had a chance to meet you, because I'm telling you, the Rotary, you guys are so important.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
So this is called Reel It Up, and how interesting this is they use driftwood, and then they take maps from the communities that they're visiting. So this is Hilton Head. So this becomes a special piece of the community, or if it's a keepsake if you've been visiting. And you can see there's the river here. I think this one is Charleston. What a unique gift. I mean, the holidays are coming. I think that's a nice piece for somebody. Charleston and all these other. So this is the Soba Gallery, and they host a lot of the various artists in the community, and the work is really pretty talented, and they have something for everybody here. I mean, between the photography, the artwork, you have to stop by the Soba Gallery, because it is definitely a treat when you walk in there. You know, we have to stop by and see Bobby, who's at this store here in Bluffton.
Yes.
Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too.
You know, what I love about your store is that there's just so many eclectic things. I mean, really hard to find, including you, but you're just darling. I love that.
Thank you so much.
So how are you enjoying the festival?
I love it. It's so wonderful. It's a beautiful day. People are having a fabulous time.
Well, you are the hostess with the mostest. So I want to thank you for stopping by with me.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll see you later. Well, I want to stop here at Benjamin's, which is part of the Lowcountry as well. Hey, Benjamin, nice to see you. So let's look at your menu. What do we have here that you're offering us?
Yeah, so right here we got the ham and provolone Monte Cristo. So basically we dip it in the batter and then drop it in the deep fryer, and it's almost like a funnel cake on the exterior with the meat and cheese on the inside, so it's really nice. And then right here we got the loaded tater tots, deep fried Oreos, and deep fried Twinkie.
Oh my gosh. I don't know where to start. What do you recommend? What do you think I should get?
I definitely recommend the Monte Cristo. That is probably our best seller, so that's probably the one you're going to want to go with.
You know what? I'm going to have a Monte Cristo.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. I want to introduce you to Dave Dixon, who is the art chair of the committee for the artists here. And you know, we quickly walked around, and it was amazing to see the fine art that we have here. I mean, there's a lot of great artists, and there's also a little bit fun things as well.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what do we have on display?
Okay. Basically, we classify it as a fine art show, and it's a juried show, which means everybody has to go through a jury. Which means they supply pictures of their art, picture of their booth, so that we have a chance to really supervise what they're going to show here. We normally get 160 applications per year for 112 spots.
You walk on the street, you see all this magnificent artwork. It's inspiring.
It is. Well, one, it's fine art and fine crafts. So you're not going to see any run-of-the-mill stuff. And we have also made one other rule. No jewelry and no clothing. So it's all art.
All right.
And we have raves from people who have been here, from the artists, and the artists really appreciate this show because of being fine art.
Right, exactly. Don't we all love books? And we miss our books, I think.
Yes.
You know, and walking the festival, I had a chance to introduce myself to Lydia Lingva, who is a publisher of Star Books, and she has a wonderful collection of coastal books and authors. So I want to ask you, I mean, look at this wonderful display we have here. Tell us, at the festival, what are people looking for?
Well, you can see we have our Bluffton book. People really enjoy having books about place, and it gives them a sense of more enjoyment for where they are. They learn about the history of the town or the area, and they do that through various stories that our authors are telling combined with photographs, and that really enhances and gives a full experience between two hardcovers, and we really like to do that.
All right, so let's look at this one. I mean, here, this Eric Horn, is he very popular?
Yes, and he's been a photographer for many years. He's had covers of Smithsonian Magazine. And the great thing about Eric's work is that he's not only an ace photographer, but he's a master naturalist. So he sits in the water or shoots atop a 14-foot ladder in the water and stays there until he gets the money shot.
Oh my goodness, I never thought about that. I mean, that is
Very
really
nice.
good. So I love your booth here. And so where else can we find your books besides?
We sell our books wholesale
Okay.
to area gift stores. We also sell online at starbooks.biz.
Okay.
And you can purchase our books at any, basically any gift store in the area.
Great. So what would be one to take away today? Which one would you tell me to take home?
Well, the Bluffton State of Mind is a fabulous book, and it really encapsulates this statement, state of mind, and that's what people in Bluffton enjoy. It's a little hard to pin down. It's slightly wacky, but it's real colorful.
It's really colorful. Oh, that is fun.
And in the back of this book, the author, Marge Agan, who's also the photographer, she was able to talk with some of the folks at the oyster companies and various places that don't normally allow their photos to be taken. And this is a special gallery section in this book with tipped on photos. So we were real
Beautiful.
pleased to be able to include their photos.
Well, I think this is the hidden gem.
Thank you.
Well, Lydia, thank you for inviting me in, and
my
have a
pleasure.
great afternoon.
All right, thank you. Bye now.
Well, wasn't that a fun afternoon at the Arts and Seafood Festival here in Bluffton? I mean, the artists, the music, the food, all so much fun. And it was interesting to meet a lot of the business people. This is how this community thrives, everybody chipping in and helping each other. So I also want to thank you so much for joining our YouTube channel. We just wrapped up our first season for that, but this is our second season. You want to see our upcoming episodes, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and I want to thank you so much for your support. And so this is Coastal with Kathryn, and stay tuned for next time.